What you say? Interview? Yeah, 10 minutes are fine. Although I was actually on something, but... My name is Elliot Lee. I'm a robotics engineer, and I basically make this kind of unmanned vehicles. Like, it can be drone, or it can be types like car like this, autonomously navigate with minimal human intervention in the loop. Yeah, many people ask that question, what is the best major or good major to get started with the robotics career? But personally, I think the major or degree doesn't really matter at essence. And I think what matters more is about your interest and your passion. So when I was undergrad, I actually started with my major with aerospace engineering, and then I started doing a major in computer science. However, that wasn't the solution because I had the same issue, like how to get into robotics engineering or project or something like that. But my school didn't have any robotics project or any research labs and so on. So I started double major, but in a way it was a bit of a waste of my time. Why do I think so? Take this as an example. I built this inertial navigation system, like with computers and all these embedded systems like this, and it was for that blue drone. Currently, I don't use it because it's too old, but I built it when I was about sophomore, junior. So technically, when I built this, my highest education was high school diploma because I was undergrad student. So what you need is not the school degrees. And more importantly, we all know that typical engineering classes, they teach you how to solve the math problem with the paper instead of how to build this kind of things. Also, do you know BPS Space? I think that's one of my favorite YouTube channels. And I believe in one of his videos, he said he had only filming background. He didn't have any engineering degrees, but he built all that, the rocket that returns, and he built his own PCB and 3D print and then control algorithm, all that, and he built that rocket. My highest degree is aerospace engineering in master's, and I have fucking zero idea how to build that kind of rocket. So I think if you just want to start your career in robotics, just build some project. It doesn't matter how complex, how fancy it is, just make something that can move around in your room autonomously, and that's all. So yeah, when I was a sophomore, I wanted to build this autonomous drone. I wanted this AI-powered drone that can recognize human gestures in real time so it can take off and landing. And I wanted to build this so badly. And yeah, obviously my school didn't even have any research lab related to anything about robotics. And back then I had zero idea how to do this by myself. And what's even worse was that I was actually a failing student because I just failed at the time linear algebra that everyone passes. Yeah, man, I don't know who said Asians are good at math. But the thing is, I really didn't want to just accept my reality or just flow as it was. So one day I visited this control professor to get some hint about how to get started by myself because I couldn't find any research lab. However, his answer was even more discouraging. He actually said the project I wanted to do is literally too ambitious for a sophomore boy. And instead, he gave me the list of freaking control theory textbooks that I couldn't even understand. I think he just knew how to handle this random quiz question to save his time. But obviously, I didn't give up. I just ordered a quad rotor kit, and then I tried to assemble all that, and then I just toasted the entire electronics of the drone because I didn't even know how to connect the batteries to the electronics, and then it just catch a fire. However, yeah, it was tough at the beginning. However, I made it through. And eventually, I was not only able to build a drone, but also I was able to publish a paper. I got the grad school admission. After that, I finished my master's. And actually, I was a PhD student for 2 months. And then I just quit because I wanted to join a startup. But anyway, the lesson is that just don't give up and then start. And that you don't have to listen to a person only because that person has more life experience or higher education than you, because sometimes they just say whatever to save their own time. So if you want to do something, just start it, because you can do it. All these people out there are living their own life for the first time in their life, so they don't know you. So if you want to do it, just start. All you need is your interest and passion. Yeah, it's true that I make a lot of shit that doesn't work. So people laugh at me. The thing is, when I socialize with people, I introduce myself as a robotics engineer or engineering consultant, because that's what I actually do. However, I personally think that's a lie, because the self-image that you create is your prison. These days, I build autonomous vehicles, I design PCBs, CAD, and 3D print the parts, build the frames, test and collect the data, design the controller based on the data, use deep learning models to make it intelligently behave. And finally, I build a user-friendly UI on the web to provide a comfortable interface for the end users. So what kind of engineer am I? I don't know. I'm nobody. Actually, I stopped asking. Well, I mean, you don't have to be an entrepreneur to be able to do this. But my point is that you don't have to limit yourself. Most of the people I understand, they introduce themselves as I'm an embedded system engineer, software developer, and so on. That's a good thing. However, at the same time, that limits you. Let's say someone is a data scientist, but it kind of like psychologically sometimes feel like that I don't want to touch any physical parts. If you want to be successful in the robotics field, avoid that kind of feeling. So that's why I'm saying don't limit yourself with your background, because the field of robotics is huge. So how do I define myself? I'm just a Homo sapien on this planet Earth, in our solar system, in our galaxy. Finally, the last point. Talk to someone who already went through that. In fact, a couple days ago, one of my subscribers asked me if I can have 15-minute coffee chat with him, so I did. It was really great talk, by the way. And then I just realized that there might be more people out there concerned about the robotics careers. So actually, I decided to do more free 15-minute coffee chats with all you guys, if you'd like to. I don't actually know how much I can help you because it's 15-minute free coffee chat, but sometimes if you talk to someone, it clicks. So if you want to talk to me about your robotics career, yeah, I'll put the link down in the comment section. So if you want to talk to me, let me know. And for everyone else out there, if you are struggling with your robotics career, it means you have already entered. So welcome to the field of robotics. Embrace it with all your potentials. I wish you all the best luck. My name is Elliot. I'll see you in the next video.